Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2012 Mitchell Institute Fall Gala. And now, welcome to the stage our past president and current Chair Board of Advisors, Mary Mitchell Friedman.
Good evening. Welcome, everyone. I'm absolutely delighted to see everyone here this evening. Quick shout out to Mitchell scholar Kim Lim, who produced and created that wonderful video. Good job, Kim. I want to begin tonight, as I do every year, by thanking our incredibly generous host, Tom Walsh, and the wonderful staff here at the Marriott. We totally appreciate it. Tom probably doesn't like me to say this, but he underwrites the entire cost of this evening so that all of our proceeds tonight go directly to the Mitchell Institute and to our scholars. Thank you, Tom. I'd also like to thank our sponsors tonight. Our prime sponsors are Linda and Stuart Price. Our leadership sponsors are TD Bank and Wright Express. Our major sponsor tonight is Central Maine Power and IDEX. And our sponsors are GHM Insurance, Unum, Lee Auto Malls, Alaire, and the Down East Group at Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. Every year at about this time, both the board and the staff at the Mitchell Institute revisit our mission to make sure we're doing everything we can do to achieve our goals. Our mission is straightforward. It's to increase the likelihood that young people from every community in Maine will aspire to, pursue, and achieve a college education. Well, how do we do that? And there are three primary ways that we work to achieve those goals. First and foremost, we are a scholarship organization. Every single year, a graduating senior from every high school, public high school in the state of Maine, is awarded a Mitchell Scholarship. The selection criteria is academic performance, community service, and financial need. The award is for $6,000, and it's spread out over the 4 years of the student's college education. I am incredibly proud to tell you tonight that since 1995, the Mitchell Institute has awarded $9 million in direct financial aid. Right now, we have 530 Mitchell Scholars in college. 90% of them are on campuses right here in Maine, across the state. We have over 1,400 alumni, and our alumni council, many of whom you saw in that terrific video, are an active and integral part of our organization. Tonight, we have close to 70 Mitchell Scholars in the room. I'd like to ask all of them to please stand and be recognized. The second way we fulfill our mission is through our support programs. You see, we do more for our scholars than simply hand them a check. We hand them an opportunity. We open a door and we ask them to walk through it and partner with us to make the most of their college educations. Every August, we hold a welcome brunch at the University of Maine at Orono. And that day, Senator Mitchell and the staff greet the incoming class of Mitchell Scholars and their parents. And it's that day, when they hear from the senator, that they begin to understand the opportunity that they have received by being named a Mitchell Scholar. That brunch is the first of many events we hold for our scholars. We follow it up quickly in the fall with welcome events across campuses throughout the state of Maine so that the incoming freshman Mitchell Scholars get to know the upperclassmen. We help them organize community service events on their campuses and in their communities. And we hold leadership conferences for them. As a matter of fact, you might have seen from that video, 45 of our scholars and 2 of our staff members, Meg Baxter and Jared Cash, just got back from the New England Outdoor Center in Millinocket, where they held the annual Mile Weekend, the Mitchell Institute Leadership Experience. They had an amazing time and accomplished a great deal. We also offer other programs to our scholars. We recently inaugurated what we call the Fellowship Program. It's a new program funded by an anonymous donor, and it allows our scholars to pursue opportunities in their major fields of study that they might not otherwise be able to afford. We also recently partnered with CIEE to send 2 Mitchell scholars to study abroad last summer. You'll be hearing from one of them later this evening. We further support our scholars with mentoring by both the staff and the board, and we are in constant communication with them via email and social media websites. Those efforts are led by our amazing staff, chaired by Meg Baxter, and I'd like to ask the staff to please stand and be recognized as well. Our persistence and support of our scholars pays off in a big way. You see, our mission is about more than getting students to aspire to go to college. We want them to graduate. We want them to get a college degree. Mitchell scholars graduate from college at a rate way above state and national levels. And in fact, here in Maine, they graduate at a rate almost 20% higher than your average student in the state. That's a remarkable number. It's even more remarkable when you consider some of the obstacles that our scholars face in achieving their college degree. You see, 25% of them are first-generation college goers, first in their families to attend college. 25% of them come from families whose income is less than $20,000 a year. And fully 60% of them are from families whose income is below the state median here in Maine, which is $55,000 a year. Research tells us that lower income students are much less likely to aspire to go to college, and they're much more likely to drop out when they get there, especially if they're facing a financial setback. Our support programs, our connections to the scholars make a difference. We help keep them on the path to graduating. Now, the third way that we accomplish our mission is in a much broader context, and it relates not only to Mitchell scholars, but to every high school-age student in the state of Maine. Our Director of Research, Lisa Plimpton, has authored several groundbreaking studies on the barriers that Maine high school students face in aspiring to and achieving a college education. That research has been shared widely throughout the state and, in fact, the nation. We work collectively, the senator, our board of directors, our staff, our scholars, and our donors to help shape education policy in the state of Maine and to break those barriers down. Tonight, we're here to thank you. We owe every one of you a deep debt of gratitude. I hope you enjoy this evening and hearing from our scholars. We are also here tonight to ask you to continue your support of the Mitchell Institute. Help us support these wonderful young men and women, and let's give them the opportunity to continue on the road to success. Now, you're in for a great evening. Senator Mitchell's going to speak to you and 3 of our scholars, but I have to take a minute to tell you about the amazing raffle item we have for you tonight, right? So Odysseys Unlimited, based in Newton, Massachusetts, has donated 3 trips for you to choose from if you're the winner of the raffle. I think we have a slideshow. We're going to begin showing some of the pictures of this trip, and I want to just tell you a few of the highlights. The winner of the raffle, at the end of the night, Senator Mitchell's going to choose the winner, will be able to choose one of these 3 trips. So the first one, it's the Treasures of Peru. It's an 11-day trip for 2 people with a value of $8,000. On the trip, you travel to Lima, the Sacred Valley, Machu Picchu, Colonial Cuzco, and Lake Titicaca. It includes your round-trip airfare from Miami, all your flights within Peru, private motor coach transportation, all your hotels, most of your meals, and all of your sightseeing. And it's led by an in-country Peruvian tour guide. The second trip, Mystical India. It's also a trip for 2, an 18-day journey through India, an $11,000 value. It includes travel to the Golden Triangle, a search for Bengal tigers at the Ranthambore Tiger Preserve, Khajuraho's ancient temples, and the beautiful sights of Varanasi. Again, the tour includes your round-trip airfare, this time from New York, all your transportation within India, all of your hotels, all of your sightseeing, most of your meals, and it's led by an in-country Indian tour director. The final spectacular trip is the provincial French countryside. It's a 15-day trip for 2, worth $11,000. On this trip, you have luxurious stays in Paris and Toulouse, and you travel through the historic areas of Languedoc, the Dordogne, and the Loire Valley, and Normandy. You stay in beautiful country houses and inns while you're there. It includes your round-trip airfare from Boston or New York, all your travel within France, all your hotels, most of your meals, and it's led by an in-country French tour guide. Now, this is a spectacular opportunity. What do you have to do to win? I'm going to tell you. In your programs, there are raffle tickets. They're tucked in. Pull the raffle ticket out, fill it out, give it to the scholar sitting at your table. If you don't win, you've given the Mitchell Institute a $250 tax-deductible donation, which goes directly to the scholars. If you do win, you choose the trip of a lifetime. So the tickets cost $250. You have your raffles at each table. You have scholars at each table. I urge you to fill them out. We draw the winner at the end of the program. We got a crowd over there. They're ready to bid on the trip. So Meg just reminded me, okay, we have a room of about 400 people here tonight. Not everyone buys a raffle ticket. Last year we sold about 50. So your odds of winning are 1 in 50 or 60, maybe 70 if we're fortunate. So please, fill out the tickets. All right, now I gotta get the room to calm down again, because I'm about to introduce, please, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to introduce to you our first Mitchell Scholar who will speak tonight, and that is Spencer Traylor. Spencer?